Los Angeles. When ESPN invited Pat Beverley on air this week to speak his mind, one of the first questions he fielded from SportsCenter host Scott Van Pelt was simple: how much credit goes to Doc? Beverley's response: all of the credit. Entering Friday's game against the Chicago Bulls, the Clippers had the 8th best record in the Western Conference, still proceeding steadily on their path to the playoffs despite preseason expectations otherwise, despite a roster stocked mostly with free agents and no superstar, despite a series of mid-season trades that revamped almost half of the roster. Doc's done an unbelievable job, obviously losing some pieces and getting some pieces back, Chicago coach Jim Boylen said before Friday's game. He's got a team that's bought into how he wants to play. He was a tough physical player, so gotta give him a lot of credit. He should be in the Coach of the Year conversation. Him and Indiana's Nate McMillan, guys who have made trades or had injuries and done a heck of a job. With those conversations gaining steam as the regular season winds down, the Coach of the Year discussion is as weighty as any involving year-end awards. The field of candidates is crowded, including Mike Budenholzer, whose Milwaukee Bucks are the only team in the NBA in the top 5 in offensive and defensive efficiency, Mike Malone, who has led the Denver Nuggets from 9th place last year to a likely 2nd place finish in the West, and McMillan, who has the Indiana Pacers battling for the 3rd seed in the East despite losing All-NBA guard Victor Oladipo for the season. Sacramento's Dave Yeager, San Antonio's Greg Popovich and Brooklyn's Kenny Atkinson all have their teams exceeding expectations too. But for what it's worth, Clippers players, including the new guys just getting to know Rivers, say they side with Boylen. He should be considered for the award, said center Ivica Zubac, the former Laker. The way we are playing, I think for sure he should be considered for Coach of the Year. Especially because there's a lot of teams that on paper look better than us, and they're not playing as good. Doc is a big part of that. I mean, I didn't really know what to expect, Zubac continued. Only thing I knew, Rondo told me, you're gonna love Doc, and it's been like that. I love how we play. One of the best things about playing for Doc is that he's been in my shoes, and I think that gives him that much more credibility, said rookie Landry Shamet, recently acquired from Philadelphia. That's why guys listen to him and like playing for him. It's his experience, said Garrett Temple, who arrived at the trade deadline from Memphis. His demeanor, the way he interacts with the players, what he's able to motivate, all the things that I've heard about, it's good to actually see it. Here, WOJ calls Doc Rivers a frontrunner for Coach of the Year, praises Bevin Lewinshai, and says the Clippers have set themselves up perfectly for years to come. https://t.co/mcpwklkdzn, Garrett Chorpening, @GatChorpening, March 14, 2019. Of course, Rivers, who won the award for his job coaching the Orlando Magic to a 41-41 record in 1999-2000, readily directs the credit elsewhere. Give them, like, all the credit, he said of his players. With a lot of free agents, they've chosen to play team basketball. That was a choice that they had to make, and they've made that choice. Gallo Azago, after resting an ailing left foot, kept Danilo Gallinari out of Tuesday's game against the Portland Trail Blazers. The 6'10" forward was in the starting lineup Friday against the Bulls. JaMychal Green and Wilson Chandler, both of whom missed Thursday's practice because they were ill, Rivers said, were feeling better and available Friday. I think, the coach joked, they had the practice